Welcome, y'all boys. It's currently 11:07 p.m. Saturday, March 7th, and I'm creating a video following up with the video previously. Now, if you haven't watched it, I have I have I have scheduled my first meeting with my first client. That is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Now, he owns a pool service company, a pool cleaning service company. A pool cleaning service. Anyways, with this being said, I wanted to make a video about how exactly I plan to onboard this individual. So, first off, I'm probably not going to call him an individual. He's my client. So, that's my guy. Let's go. And what I plan to do, I'll send him over a Google Meets message prior to our meeting. Probably do that at 3:30 p.m. Prior to that, I'm waking up tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning. It's exactly what I plan to do. I believe that I've been missing out on this. I just recently did it this morning, and I'm up pretty late. I'm not gonna lie, considering the fact that I gotta get up early. Anyways, it's very rewarding. I haven't had this experience, but waking up at 5:30 is very rewarding. It's hard. It's a skill. I believe it's a skill. And it's very rewarding. So I'll wake up at 5:30. I'm going to create his demo that I want to walk him through. So this will be a website. Now I'll create the website through either Lovable or another website template. And why I would use Lovable is because it's very helpful. I don't need to code. I can work with an AI to adjust the website based off of conversation, which is super helpful. And I will actually go over a walkthrough of how I actually do the build. And the way that I'm going to do the build is by using the current course that I'm invested in. And it's a super helpful, it's a school course. It's a super helpful school course. The mentorship that I'm currently invested in, I invested $700, and with this system, you get these snapshots, and what these snapshots are pre-created templates for all parts of the business. Now, where it's very useful is the fact that there are funnels made, five-star review, the five-star review system is made. I'll go over these more explicitly. The website templates are there. My website template is there. The client's website template is there. Super helpful. Because what's the alternative? I would likely have to do all this on my own. Not only do I have a product to sell, but I have a system to sell. And the system is the product. The system is the website, the five-star review funnel. And what this five-star review funnel, how it works, is once my client, say John, for example, just gets done cleaning the pool, and he sends over a message to the client saying, "Hey, pleasure doing business with you. Here's a form to fill out the review." Now, behind this, we have a system pre-set up that I got from the mentorship. Super helpful. I invested money for this, but money in exchange for time saved, very valuable. Anyways, the client's customer is put into this funnel system where once the job's finished, an automatic message will go out saying, "Hey, it's John. Thank you for doing business with us. Feel free to leave a review." Say they don't leave a review, They will be reminded over and over and over until they leave a review. This is very helpful. Now, if they leave 4 or 5-star reviews, now I'll show you the sheet. I'll show you it tomorrow. I'll upload a video Sunday, March 8th, walking you through exactly how I'm going to walk this client through. And if the client's customer leaves 4 or 5 stars, then the 4 or 5-star rating will automatically go up to the business's Google website. Google My Business front page is what I mean. What's very helpful is the fact that my client doesn't even have a Google business page set up. So I'll create a tutorial for him, providing immense value all across the onboarding. So I'll create him a tutorial for that. I'll also do that tomorrow. Now I'll do that through Loom. So I'll record that video. I'll get it set up. And this is very helpful because this will be the same video that I show future clients who likely don't have a Google My Business page set up. I also will have access to his past and current leads. Now, why this is helpful is because I can run database reactivation campaigns. What does that mean? That means that I can send out up to, say, 50 messages to 50 different leads per day, shooting them a message such as, "Hey man, it's John from Lawnscape. Here's 10% off on your next project." Now this is reactivating business at the cost of some coupon, which is that's basic business. Feel free to send it to your friends or family. That's very helpful too. And they can actually use the same setup. They can use the same setup. Now, another piece of value that I'm going to implement is the no-call auto text back. Say my client's on the toilet or he's on the phone with his mom. He receives a call from a client and he can't answer that call. Either he misses it or he simply is in the moment and can't answer it. Instead of the client not receiving an answer, because what happens? Let's think of it in the actual scenario. I go on my computer or I go on my phone and I'm looking up pool services near me. His name comes up, which it won't because he's not on Google Business. You see how that provides value? He's not even on Google Business. Nobody can find him. But someone looks up his page and he's the first name that pops up. They give him a call, he doesn't answer. What would you do by habit? Probably call the next person. Therefore, if you receive no response, you're going to call the next person. You need service. He just lost a project because he wasn't able to get to the phone. Now this happens all the time. People miss calls all the time. Small businesses, 60% of phone calls go unanswered. Now I will get a study for you that says that because I'm not someone who enjoys throwing out statistics that I can't back with concrete material. Now, with that being said, auto call text back. They call, he doesn't answer. An automatic message goes out, say about 1 minute after the customer calls, or it could be 30 seconds. It really depends. I do 1 minute. Now, they receive a text saying, "Hey man, It's John from Lawnscape. I'm busy on the job right now. Here's the quote form. Fill out what you need, put your information in there, and I'll get back to you shortly. Customer then fills out this form. John from Lawnscape missed the phone call, and now he's able to actually return back to his phone with a missed call and a filled out quote form that was done all by the customer, because we took our call to action and we served it on a platter for the customer. Mind you, this is for $300 a month. This provides immense value, and that is a fact, okay? Not to mention, I didn't even mention the fully built website that's fully functional. It's not a website that you hop on the page and it looks like it was created in the same timeline as the first computer. No. This website is fully optimized, ready to be used by the customer. Now, what does this actually look like? The customer would hop onto this, let's just call it lawnscape.com website. Now, I know I'm talking about a pool services client, but bear with me. The customer's client gets onto their website, and this website has a call to action immediately in your face. Big buttons too, because we're going to think. The customer is likely going to be on their phone, so we need to optimize the website for phone use. Most websites don't even know that. They don't even consider. We optimize the website for phone use. Call to actions, 3 call to actions. One being the header. One being on the header saying, it wouldn't be book a call, but it might be schedule an appointment, schedule your service. On the front page, likely have a quote form for them to fill out. So we would have the schedule now, call to action, a quote form to fill out. This is all by clicking on the button and getting onto the front page. And on top of that, we will implement a chat widget, which can walk the customer right through the website. And the website has services, all the services that he specializes in, on top of the service areas that he specializes in. So not only is it a fully functional website that guides our customer right to the door or right to the phone to dial up our client, but they also are followed throughout the whole system. Because okay, what does that mean? So if the customer interacts with the chat widget saying, hey man, do you guys do mulching? The chat widget would be able to respond back on top of if they do mulching being the service of mulching. The chat widget can also book a meeting with the client by showing the call times that are available, allowing the customer to immediately book an appointment to get someone to then come out to do the service. On top of that, I can also, in the back end, let my client know that they have just received a booking. I also can track that booking to see what was the cost of the lead, and this would be after the fact of the project after the fact. Then in the long run, we can see how this pans out, what's very useful, what's not. The goal is to get the client, our client, provide immense value, show them how much value we can provide, and eventually grow with the company. So sell them on a $300 service plan. Then, as they establish reviews, because as I mentioned before, they don't have a Google business page. They don't even have a Google business page, so you cannot find them. I will create a unified inbox because right now they have a Facebook that has photos from the previous business owner. Photos of like a cat in a pool swimming around from 2022, but he recently purchased the business in 2024, 2025. Obviously, we could do some rebranding, and that's a story for a different one. But the idea is to upsell the client when we have grown the business's brand through increasing their reviews. Each time a review is posted, the client's told, hey man, you just received this review. On top of, this goes immediately to their website. On the front page of the website, it immediately goes to the front page of the website, this review. And this would be as you scroll down, because like we mentioned before, you get on the website, you have the call to actions. Scroll down, you can see the reviews. I forgot to add one piece. If the customer leaves 1, 2, 3-star reviews, the review stays internally. Now I mentioned earlier, leaving a 4 or 5-star review allows the review to be immediately posted straight to the Google business account. And when you look up on Google, if you want your lawn cut, you look up landscapers near me. And then the first one that pops up, he's got 25 reviews. Second one, that's got 1 review. Third one, 40 reviews. Who are you going to call? Who are you not going to call, may I add? Well, you're not going to call the guy that doesn't even have a website and doesn't show up on that page. And you're not going to call the guy that's got 1 review. You're not going to call the guy that's got 20 reviews, but likely 3.5 stars. And this happens to everyone because it takes just 1, 2, 3 poor ratings to tank reviews. And reviews can be very important, especially as a consumer. When you're spending your money, you want to make sure, because this guy's going to be doing service for your home. And doing service with the wrong people can really pay a price in the long run. That's why we would strengthen this brand of the company, likely get them up to 30 to 40 reviews. And I want you to bear with me. I would take the past lead list that this client has. And even if this client has 100 person lead list, I hope, I can't say for sure, right? I can hope that at least 3 people would leave a review on this website. Let me remind you, that's 3 more people than were before. And before means he didn't even have a website. He didn't even have a Google business page. His social media it's a little bit all over the place. He's a one-man show. We got to meet him where he's at. So I would walk him through this process of providing these points of value. With that being said, I will create a website demo, the tutorials that I had mentioned before, walk him through what the funnel would look like, walk him through what the chat widget, how the chat widget helps, and I am only speaking on how this can provide the client value. I'm not here to talk about fancy schmancy bullshit. It is only how we can provide value. Only about how we can provide value. Once I have locked this in, I will have locked in my website, my offer, I'll be able to walk him through my website to then have him fill out the information, pay the fee while we're on the call, and I'll tell him, all right, you wait 7 to 10 business days. We'll get back to you with the website and with the system installed. What I need from you is I need you to fill out your Google Business form, your Google My Business form. And once you fill that out, I'll be able to get started after the fact. It takes a few days for Google to allow you to actually, it takes them a few days for them to verify that you're a real business. I need you to fill out this onboarding form. The onboarding form would have his information. It would have questions as far as the service area, an area for him to upload his photos that he wants me to put onto the website. What I would do from there, I would wait a few days, right, to actually wait for the verification to go through. But in that time, I would have sent him the tutorial. He'd gone through, verified his business. Then I would have presented him with a website. We go over the website together. He makes little changes, says, hey, I want this picture here. Maybe take that picture out. Maybe add this text here. Do these fine little touches. And I will make sure that I will describe to the customer, the client, I will describe to the client clear terms in which I will make edits and changes, revisions to the website, so I'm not servicing each and every single request. Or I can do that. We can do that. It would be an upcharge or some sort of fee. A respectable fee. The goal is right now is to provide a service in which these small businesses can pay for, even in months where they don't do too well. And a $300 fee will do that for you. I look forward to producing great results for this client. I know that the sky's the limit because we can only go up from here. I know that with a positive mental attitude and by doing my absolute best, I can only do great things. I know that there is nothing in this world that I can't do if I put my mind to it. So I will do my best. That captures everything that I have planned in my mind from now. In the morning, I'll get to work. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to lift. And then I'm going to go on a walk. After the walk, I'm going to read for 10 minutes at least out loud. After that, I will start this. I'll finish. There are these couple school assignments. Yes, school assignments. There are these couple school assignments that I will finish. After that, I will get started immediately on. I will bust ass, creating great value. That's all it's about. It's hard for me to even go to sleep. I mean, it isn't hard because I'm honestly exhausted, but it's hard for me to go to sleep when I really have this great passion, and I'm so excited to show you. I'm honestly very grateful if you've made it to this part of the video. I'm genuinely grateful that you took time out of your day to listen to me talk about this conversation, as this is this is my diary. I welcome tomorrow. I hope the best. I can't wait to provide great value and do great things. let me state my, let me actually show, I'll show you here's the diary that I actually carry around with me. I carry it around with me everywhere, I'm not gonna lie. I take this with me everywhere. To my jujitsu training, every day of jujitsu training, I'll throw this in my bag. And why do I do this? This might seem really weird. I'm not gonna lie. This is something new. New as in a month and a half now, or maybe a month. Maybe a month now. You can see in the first page, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Make people an offer so good they would feel stupid saying no. Chase excellence, never chase money, because excellence has a way of finding money. Next, a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. And here is a list of 10 subjects in which I am genuinely passionate about. Jiu-jitsu, inspiring others, helping others, the beach, walking outside, sunsets, animals, golden retrievers, conservative watches, making money, and giving money. Those are 10 things that I love. Next, I want to read this statement. This is the statement that I read multiple times a day, reminding myself of my objective that's currently in front of me. By the 1st of June 2026, I will have in my possession $10,000, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable rendering, the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service, in the capacity of a founder and seller of software as a service products designed for business owners who suffer from lack of time. I believe that I will have this money in my possession, and my faith is so strong that I can now see it before my eyes. I can touch it with my hands. It is now awaiting transfer to me at the time and in the proportion that I deliver the service I intend to render in return for it. I am awaiting a plan by which to accumulate this money, and I will follow that plan when it is received. And here's a very special poem to me, as this had changed my perspective, and changed my eye, basically. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening, when I counted my scanty store. For life is just a employer, he gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn, dismayed, that any wage I had asked of life would have willingly paid. This reminds me of the fact that there is nothing in this world outside of your limitations that you set upon your own mind that you can't achieve. Just remember that your only real limitation is the one that you set and accept in your own mind. And I ask myself, have you mastered it? Because again, you're not chasing money, you're chasing excellence. Now that might sound corny, but it is the truth. There's no one who got great by purely chasing money. And they might not have, they might have done things, but they probably did not last. The people who really last are those who chase excellence and provide excellent value. That is a fact. Thank you again. If you have made it to this point of the video, dude, I respect you. I don't know if I would have made it. All right. I'm looking forward to being even more calm. I know I was yelling at y'all boys in the last video. So I look forward to seeing you boys tomorrow. I have a full agenda planned. I genuinely look forward to dominating it. I believe I'm going to do great things. Talk to y'all boys later.